Banking, from what I've seen so far, it can be very tricky. It can be tricky. It can be difficult. Deadline that we
Yeah, and
have.
as a 20-year-old, right, and
Yeah.
coming in with a data analytics background or your major in school.
Eduardo has taken me to
Wait, don't
large.
talk about Eduardo. We don't even know who Eduardo is. He's the other intern,
I
the other
mean,
boy of summer. And we're back with the next installment of Making Waves, your TASI Bank podcast. I'm your host, Alan Gaul. I'm the Vice President of Marketing and Brand. And today's guests, I have two guests. The first guest, well, actually, they're the boys of summer. We have Matthew Pierce. Matthew's an intern from Purdue University. He's a local guy here from the Bay Area. And we're going to spend some time visiting with him and getting to know him. So, Matthew, why don't you tell the audience a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, my name is Matthew Pierce. I'm 20 years old currently. I grew up in East Bay, Pleasant Hill, California. I went to high school at De La Salle High School. I played football. I wrestled. Currently studying business analytics and information management at Purdue University.
Excellent.
I'm really enjoying my time there. Big Ten school, a lot of action going on, a lot of great memories that I'm making. I'm here at TASI Bank as a summer intern. I'm currently working with the credit analysts. We're working on getting certain data from QLRs, tax returns.
Okay.
It's just been a really great experience so far. I'm looking forward to the rest of the summer and just learn as much as I can.
Excellent. So you played football at De La Salle, and they were a football powerhouse back in the day. Were you part of those teams, or because they had won like 485 games consecutively?
I did get to experience that time towards the end, kind of tailed off lately, but that was a great experience.
And let me see your ears. You said you wrestled, so you didn't spend too much time on the mat.
I wore my headgear. I was sitting with it.
That's good.
Wrestling was also a great experience. Just sports in general, football, wrestling, basketball too. Great memories that I hold. Taught me a lot about work.
Excellent. So speaking of work, summer intern here at TASI Bank. It's your first internship, I believe.
First.
Good. Excellent. So you're working with credit analysts. Let's see. You're working. I don't think you've done anything in operations. You spent a little time in marketing.
Spent a little time in marketing.
So you've done some stuff on the event side. What you want to tell people? Talk about? Yeah, because you participated in two events, right?
I did.
So tell us about the events you participated. What did that change your perspective on banking, or even sort of your ideas on what business looks like?
Yeah. The first event that I participated here at TASI Bank was the golf tournament that happened my first week here. So it was pretty busy leading up to that day. A lot of setting up, moving stuff out for just the preparation. When the day came, it was very cool to just meet all the people we're working with, get a good scope of the type of clients we have, the people we like to do business with. Very cool people.
Good.
Very cool people overall.
What's your thoughts on banking in terms of, people of your generation don't necessarily go into banks. We've talked about that sort of in meetings. I mean, you've been in all of our meetings, right? So everything from operations meeting, business development meetings, you've participated in staff meetings. But in terms of banking, in terms of TASI Bank of being a small business bank, right, which you wouldn't necessarily go into on the retail side as a consumer, but has the experience sort of, broadened your mind, shaped anything? Do you have any opinions or any observations about how banking is done?
Yeah, I think banking, from what I've seen so far, it can be very tricky. It can be tricky. It can be difficult to get things in on time. It can be a very stressful thing. Even the minimal work that I've had to do, it can be overwhelming when there's a million things I need to go through and search for and trying to meet a deadline.
Yeah, and as a 20-year-old, right, and
Yeah.
coming in with a data analytics background or your major in school, you've been accessing different systems and sometimes 3 or 4 different systems at a time. And then because you're an intern, you don't have access to certain systems and you have to rely on other people to get that information, right?
Yes.
So how's that been?
That's been it's been a good challenge for me. It's something that's foreign to me. I haven't had to, handle a problem or a task that way before, having to go through so many different people or just communicate, really. A lot of communication.
Well, so I want to just kind of bring it back full circle because you said, kind of teamwork and team.
Mm-hmm.
And, from the conversations we've had, I mean, the audience doesn't know the sort of the background stuff that we've done, but you are learning a different mentality as it relates to teamwork. But some of those conversations we had about sports, right,
Mm-hmm.
led up to you sort of navigating this.
Absolutely. I mean, team sports is the same as working in office. They're both teams. You got to know your people. You got to know who you're working with, how to address certain issues and talk about things, and really just make sure everyone's doing their part.
That's good. So let's find out. Let me find out something personal because we're almost out of time. Who has taken you out to lunch the most? Let's just think about that. I'm just trying to think. I mean, out of all the people here, you go out to lunch a lot. First, as an intern, you go out to lunch a lot.
Eduardo has taken me.
Wait, don't talk about Eduardo. We don't even know who Eduardo is. He's the other intern.
I mean,
the other boy of summer. So Eduardo, you can't count Eduardo. That you're hustling a fellow intern.
Okay, let's count. Shirley was once, and then
Shirley.
That's about it.
Shirley's okay. No one else is taking you to lunch?
Alan Gaul. He treats me to lunch. He takes me out sometimes. He treats me nice.
Brother, thank you so much for Oh, look at that. The handshake. That is the banking handshake. Ladies and gentlemen, Matthew Pierce. Thanks, Matthew. Appreciate it.
Thank you.